Hi, every advisors from Infinity. By the time that you are watching this video, I'm most likely already labeled and given birth to my firstborn. I'm Regine and I have been with Infinity for the last 15 years. All along, I've been interested in the world of finance as my parents are doing business. I think just by merely watching them as along, right, inflicted the spirit of my entrepreneurship within me. And I thought that as a fresh grad, the best business to start without much capital is financial advisory. All these years, I have been approaching the industry from the perspective that many people needed help in their financial planning. Since IFA was still a pretty new concept back then, when I first joined, I saw it as a competitive advantage that I can help them to compare various solutions out there in the market. Now, when I entered the industry, qualifying MDRT has always been my dream. Somehow I have been hearing it all these years, but it seems like it's something that I should envision to qualify. All along, I can't say that I'm comfortable, but there was never a push for me to do more. I didn't want to set too high expectation as well, as I fear the higher that I set, the more disappointment I may face. Only after 10 years, I still remember the very year in 2017, I made a decision to seriously run for my MDRT. It was also the year I got married, and I managed to push through the qualification with a mere 5 months. It was a push, but it was all worth it because I qualified for my very first MDRT qualification. Never did I realize that after 10 long years, I can do well in my career and I can be proud of my achievements. Since then, I have been consistently hitting the round table. But after being so long in the industry for 15 years, last year was a memorable one, both for the good and for the bad. It was a year of crisis for me, a year of being in the valley. Towards the end of 2020, my family realized that my dad's pancreatic cancer suffered a relapse. It was also a time that I needed to do my usual goal setting for 2021. As my parents were living with me, by default, that means I'm the main caregiver of my dad. That includes weekly chemo sessions for 4 months. Each time is about 8 hours. During the treatment period, I will travel back home from SGH to Sembawang and try to attend trainings or calling my clients for review. I will always try to end it by a certain timing so that I can make my way back to the hospital and pick him up. The routine lasted for 4 months. I remembered the doctor broke the news to us in April last year that my dad only had 6 months more. His condition deteriorated, and one main concern is that he keeps fainting and having persistent high fever. Each time when he fainted, we have to send him to the hospital. At that moment, reality struck me. I was super stressful and was stretched all over, handling family and my work. There were many nights he couldn't sleep due to high fever, and we have to wake up to administer the fever medicine to him. However, it was also a time that I spent the best days with my dad, as I read the Bible to him and prayed for him for peace. That's something that I won't be able to do in normal times. I started to slow down at my work, not really keeping track of my progress. Working was really the last priority for me. Time was running out, and I had to make the best out of it to be around for my dad. In fact, it was a season I was also trying to conceive. Everything was just weighed out upon my shoulders. For work, what I told myself is that when my appointments came down, I need to maintain a certain routines and rhythms. I couldn't just drop everything just because of what I'm going through. How am I going to answer to my clients? It was also a time that few of them were going through tough seasons in their careers. They needed cash flow and advice. I felt that I was needed everywhere and there was really nothing left in me. At the same time, I was also very active out of my work life as I'm taking care of some people in church. I just couldn't drop them. It was a responsibility. So I began to work out a sustainable routine. With the help of my husband, who helps to ferry my dad for his checkup, I planned my weekly schedule very tightly. I never miss a Monday meeting as that helped to align my focus on what to run and how to run. I ensured that I was updated on the key industry changes so that I can provide timely updates for my clients. I slotted in medical appointments, client appointments, couple time, and also my personal gynae visits. Every minute counts. My clients were also very understanding towards me. Many of them were fine to do Zoom meetings, saving me a lot of traveling time. Although it was many tough months, I'm thankful for my clients' trust, and together with them and their referrals, I managed to clear my COT qualification. My year of crisis turned out to be my year of career breakthrough. Earlier this year, my dad passed on peacefully. It was sad, but at the same time, I was glad that I'm able to spend the final days with him. Those quality moments is something that money cannot buy. And I realized that this quote by someone I respected is very true. The breakthrough is in the stretch. Just like a rubber band, once it's being stretched, it can never go back to the previous size again. I was stretched, but it allowed me to see a greater me in the making. If there's one guiding principle I can share, it is to stay focused on your original commitment of why you joined this line. I'm here for my clients, and that will not change. I believe as we do it right, they can sense it and they can know it, and referrals will just come. Also for me, I'm blessed to be surrounded by my faith-filled friends in church where they prayed and stood with me through those times. I believe having faith community is very important as we walk through the valleys in our lives. And I hope that you are inspired to reach your career best this year. Let's wish for another year of breakthrough for many of you.